Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another exciting day of mathematics. Whoop, whoop. 153 is on the screen. Let's get started, please. These 4 problems we did yesterday, we're going to continue on with today. And if you notice, the projector's a little bit different, but I mean, it does the job till they fix mine. They took mine off and took it somewhere with the techie people. Yes. Your what? Check, guys, Mario, check the desk to see if there's anything in there. Get this show on the road. By now we are experts already at numbers 1, 2, and 3, and we're working on 4 because it was something new that I introduced. So, since Gio finished early, he's going to guide us through the entire warm-up. Let's go. Yes, go ahead. All right, Gio. We need an inequality for number 1. Solution set of x such that, let's see, 1, 2, 3, oh, negative 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 4.5. The less than equal. Open. Okay, so this is open, so this is just less than negative 2. All right, hands if you got that. Looks about right. Let's go to number 2. Guide me through number 2, Gio. Here we go. Give me a second. Then we'll have Mario help you out in a little bit also, because he went to get the graph paper. That means he's done. All right, so what do? All right, so we end up with negative 4x minus 8 equals 2, x squared minus 4. Next. Oh, Mario, yeah, go. And 8. Yeah, add 4x and add 8 to both sides. We end up with 0 equals x squared plus 4x. 8 minus 4 is 4. All right? Gio, what do I do from there? Look at it. Yeah, Power Rangers. 4 and 4. Factors of 4 that add up to 4. 2 and 2, that is correct. So we got x plus 2, x plus 2, and all that equal to 0. What do I do next, Mario? Yeah, do that twice, right? So therefore, minus 2 minus 2, x equals negative 2. This is the same. So the answer is x equals negative 2. Hands if you got that. All right. Number 3, we need an equation. Here it goes. I'll get you started, Gio. Y equals mx plus b. What's my y-intercept? 7. All right, let's double check. Looks about right. Plus 7. Now we need a slope, or rise over run. So let me place another point. What is my slope, Mario? 1 over 1, 2, 3. 1 over 3. So my equation is f of x equals 1/3 x plus 7. Hands if you got that by yourself. Yeah, make sure you're practicing, guys, because, like I said, when we come back from break, all of a sudden, right now we're like, imagine you're at the beach, you're in your beach cruiser, the wind is hitting you in your hair, you're having your burrito, your big gulp from 7-Eleven, and all of a sudden when we come back, the wheels are going to be on fire. You're going to be on fire. Everything's going to be on fire. My goodness. All right, let's go to number 4. Here we go. Inverse. What's my first step? Let's see if you remember. How about Gio? Change it to y, yes, equals to 5x minus 4. Okay, good start. What is the second step? Mario. Yeah, leave x by itself. So we add 4, we end up with y minus 4, plus 4 equals to 5x. I'm still not done. Divide by 5, y plus 4 divided by 5 equals x. So far so good, that's step number 2. But that's not the inverse yet. What makes it an inverse? Tell your neighbor, and then Gio's going to enlighten us. What would make it the inverse? What would make it the inverse? Looks like Caesar's got it. Very good, Caesar. All right. Rogelio's got it. I see Sebastian. Of course, Dana's got it. I see you, Dana. All right. Elijah's got it. Frankel's got it. Renzo's got it. All right. But let's give it back to Gio. What makes it inverse? You swap what? The y and x. That is correct. When we swap the variables, we end up with x plus 4 over 5, which is y. This is what we call the inverse. Label that, please. Make sure you remember that. What made it the inverse? That we swapped the variables. But are we done? No, Mr. Q, we need it in function notation. So I write x plus 4 over 5 equals f of x. But to indicate that it's an inverse, we put a little -1 here at the top of the f. That's what makes it the inverse. And there you go. All right. Send that in, please. All right, copy the agenda. Warm-up number 53. We're in the middle of a transforming functions. Oops. And tonight's home play, only one problem. Oh, you want some more? Oh, then we need to add some more. Let's go, Mario for Presidente. Woo-wee. No, one problem is enough. How about that? I'm trying to get you guys slowly but surely there. Caitlin, right? Am I right? All right, so today we're going to do some more practice here, but we're going to crank it up a little bit just so that see how we do with these transformations. When you're like, you just bring it, bring Friday already, right? Enrique saying, bring it, let's go, Enrique. I see you. Whew. All right, so code to access the home plate, U83L6. 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 All right. Next, let me send you a screen, and I want you to send me a picture of last night's home play on that screen. I want to see what you did. All right, send a picture of your home play. Right now it's BN9KF. All right, last night's looked like this. It was only 6 itty-bitty problems, yes? Piece of cake. All right. Tonight's looks like this. Oh, yeah, we're getting there. All right. So, with that said, get a Cornell note ready, please. I can transform a function using different parameters. I can transform a function using different parameters. I can transform a function using different parameters. By now we know what a parameter is, yes? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, good. And we also know what a function is, a function, yeah? That's why we don't need a Frere model. So, as soon as you send me your home play, get a Cornell note ready, I'll give you guys some time. Once again, those of you that are following on YouTube, you're going to need some graph paper. Get that ready, or at least get at least 6 coordinate planes ready from -10 to 10 on both the domain and range ready. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Q. You're welcome. I got you. All right. So, with that said, we know what functions are. We don't need those notes. You have them, right? So, remind your neighbor in your own words, a definition for a function. What is a definition for a function? Without looking at your notes. What's a definition for a function? Oh, looks like Mariah's got it. Let's go. All right. What is a function, Annette? One input for every output. Hands if you agree. Yeah, exactly. We got those, all right? And from there we talked about parameters, didn't we? And a parameter is any number that changes the original function into a different function. And we took some notes yesterday, and it looks something like this. Look up. I gave you guys three parent functions, f of x equals x, f of x equals x squared, and f of x equals x cubed. And as soon as I do something to the x for each of these, like this, it changes it from f of x to what? G of x. So far so good? Yes? All right. From there we talked about the general rule, and our general rule was g of x equals f of x minus h plus k. Today we're going to look at it all together, but I'm still going to go back and do a quick review on the steps by steps. And then we went from y to f of x. Is that correct? All we did is change the y to function notation. Then from there we went here and we filled out the f of x, filled out the f of x plus 5 and f of x minus 7, and then it looks something like this, right? And remind your neighbor once again, if we start off with the black one, f of x, what did the green one do when we did f of x plus 5? Remind your neighbor, please. What did the green one do to the original black one? Yeah, I moved it what? Up 5 steps because it says f of x plus 5. All right. And on the red one, f of x minus 7, what did that do? It moved it what? Down 7 steps. So these 5 points, they moved down 7 steps. I'm missing a point down here. I erased it. Okay. And that's our k. So our k, we said that it moves up if it's a positive and down if it's a negative. From there, we went to do this exercise right here. And then from there, we talked about the parameter being k. K is called a parameter because it changes the function. From there, we went to this one, f of x equals x squared. We filled out the original f of x. Then we did f of x minus 5 and f of x plus 5. And we got something like this. So what did we say was different on this one? That the x had a number inside of the parentheses with it. Is that correct? Yes, Mr. Q. So once again, what does it do to the original if we have x minus 5? It moves it to the what? Tell your neighbor. X minus 5 moves it to the what? X minus 5 moves it to the what, Joseph? To the right. That is correct. So whenever you see x and a minus number inside with it, it's going to move it to the right. So therefore, if we have an x with a positive number, it's going to move it to what, everyone? To the left. Okay. So with that said, on your screen, let's see if it's true that you were following along. Some of you are barely waking up. I want you to draw me the green one and the red one on your screen. Do that right now, please. Let me pause the music in the background. Now, first things first, look up. I'm going to start with a green one. Well, with a black one, I'm going to label that what? F of x. There it is. The green one, where is the number? It's inside of the parentheses with x. That means this function is going to move side to side. Let me repeat that again. When the number is inside of the parentheses with x, it's going to move which way? Side to side. All right. So since this one has a negative 2, it's going to move 2 steps to the right. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And we label that g of x. Next, the red one. Where's the number? Inside of the parentheses, Mr. Q. But this one says positive 6. So I'm going to take the original f of x and I'm going to move it what? 6 steps to the left. Bless you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. and we label this g of x. All right? We good? Yes? From 1 to 5, I'll come through all you with these now. Okay, got some 4s, some 5s, okay. So, make sure you are doing your home plate by yourself and not copying off of people. My goodness. All right. So, on your screen, here we go. Type it in. What is H called? What is H called? Type it in there, please. And in your own words, what does H do to the original function? We just did the exercise right now. Focus, focus. I see the majority writing, and the majority of you wrote that H is called a parameter. That is correct. Why? Because it's a number that's changing the original function to something else. Okay, not bad. And I see some of you writing, and some of you are making a little mistake, and let me show you why. Writing utensils down, look up to the screen. Let me pause the music. Look up. Okay, I said look up, not look down. And I said writing utensils down. Y'all ready? All right. So check this out. Notice that in the form, what is in there already as a standard piece? A negative there. That's always going to be there. Are we there? Okay. So what did we just notice earlier? That the positive number next to the x gave us a step to the left. Is that correct? All right. So question. What number do I need to substitute for h that's next to the negative that would make this x plus something? What number do I need to substitute for h? Talk it over to your neighbor. What number shall I substitute for h? All right. What number shall I substitute in there to make that a positive next to the x? Let's go with Elijah. What do you think, Elijah? What should I substitute? Any negative number. That is correct. A negative number. Watch. So if I substitute in here -5, what is negative times a negative? +5, and it's going to take us to the what? Left, because this, remember, this looks x plus 5. So now, why does it take us to the left, Mr. Q? Because we need to substitute a what? A negative number. Some of you are like, Mr. Q, I think this is a little bit too much. What if I just stick to x plus, it takes me to the left, and x minus, it takes me to the right? Fine. I'm just trying to elaborate and explain to you that this. Look up, please. That, in order for h to go to the right, you need to substitute a positive number. And in order for h to go to the left, you need to substitute a negative number. Yes? Yes, Mr. Q. All right, we'll get some more practice in a little bit. All right. So, with that said, this is our general rule now. So, go back to it. You have it in your notes, right? You wrote it down. So, once again, whenever we substitute k, where does k take us? So draw arrows like this, up and down. So if we substitute a positive k, it takes us what? Up. If we substitute a negative k, it takes us what? Down. All right. However, for h takes us what? Side to side. So if we substitute a positive number, it's going to take us to the right. And if we substitute a negative number in there, it's going to take us to the left. All right? So, with that said, y'all ready? All right, get your graph paper in front of you, please. Here we go. Example 1. Write that on the top left or somewhere. Use the smaller graph, Write that on the top left of the smaller graph. And graph the function f of x equals x squared. Only write that. Don't copy this below yet. We're just writing this top portion. All right? Here we go. Y'all ready? So, whenever they ask you to graph a function, the first thing that you're going to do, like you did last night on your home plate, you start a table. X, f of x, and our rule of thumb for the domain, rule of thumb, here we go, is from what value to what value? From -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. That's going to be our bread and butter all year. Okay? Once again, if they ask you to graph, from now on, your domain or your x values are from where to where? From -2 all the way to +2. All right, so then let's graph this. How do we do that? Well, let's substitute values in here. What is -2 squared? -2 times -2 is 4. Next one, -1. Substitute that in there. What is -1 squared? -1 times -1 is 1. Is everybody all right? Is everybody in shock? Or you're like, oh, snap, Mr. Q. Oh, yeah. Man, this is nothing. Wait till we get... I'm not... 0. What is 0 squared? 0. What is 1 squared? And 2 squared is 4. Let's graph that. -2, 4. -1, 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. 2, 4. Get out those phones, please. I'm going to take them away. F of x. Label that. So, are we there so far? All right, so I'm going to use green now. I want you to write the green one underneath that. Write A is g of x equals fx plus 2. G of x equals fx plus 2. G of x equals fx plus 2. All right? So, look up, please. So this is our fx. We don't need a table to graph this green one anymore. Why, Mr. Q? Because now you can ask the question, is this number inside with the x of the parentheses, or is it outside? It's outside, so where are we going to graph this new one, or where are we going to take these 5 points according to this one? Talk it with your neighbor. We're going to take those points according to that one. Share with your neighbor. Looks like Emily's ready. All right, Emily, I got you. All right, we're going to pass this one to Abby. What do you think, Abby? Where's that going to take the original to? Up 2, that is correct. So draw an arrow up because of this positive 2 outside of the parentheses. So we're going to take these 5 points. How many steps? 2 steps up. So we go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Graph it. And we're going to label that what, everyone? G of x. That is correct. Next, with red, underneath you're going to write B is G of x equals fx minus 3. Minus 3. Tell your neighbor where that's going to take the black original f of x to according to this one. Tell your neighbor, please. All right, pass someone, Abby. Joseph, where's that going to take it? Down 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That is correct. Let's go. And we're going to label that G of x. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's go to the blue one. Write that one in blue. Part C is G of x equals f of parentheses x minus 6 inside of the parentheses. All right, pop it over your neighbor. Let them know where is this going to take the original black f of x. Where's that one going to take it? All right, Joseph, pass them one. Elijah, where's that one going to take the original f of x? 6 to the right. That is correct. So we start with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 and 6. And we label that g of x. So then at the end, in black or with your pencil, part D, g of x equals f of x plus 7. Where's that one going to take the original f of x? Tell your neighbor, where's that one going to take the original f of x? Good conversation, man. Elijah, pass them one. Franco. 7 to the left. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we label this one g of x. All right, send me a picture of what you did on the screen, please. All right, not bad, not bad. From 1 to 5, how comfortable are you with that so far? Okay, because right now we're about to crank it, and you don't want to miss this. All right, I see some 5s, some 4s. Turn your graph paper over to the big one. Copy this next one, example 1 super Q. I want you to write at the top, graph the function f of x equals x squared. Graph the function f of x equals x squared. So I'm just giving you guys practice to see what you do with that. So tell your neighbor what's the first thing you're going to do when you see that. Tell your neighbor. Very good. A table. X, f of x, and what values for x am I going to use? -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Now, by the end of next week or when we come back, watch, this is going to be automatic in your noodle. This is going to be muscle memory. By now, you're going to know exactly what to fill. Here it goes. -2 squared is 4. What is -1 squared? 0 squared. 1 squared. 2 squared. Scrap that. -2, 4. -1, 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. 2, 4. Label that g of x. All right, next. Oh, f of x, my bad. I did that to see if you guys were paying attention. F of x. All right, next. Underneath that, I want you to write in blue, g of x equals f of x minus 4 minus 7. Ooh. Now, this one has everything in it. So, before I move on, before we go to graph this one, tell your neighbor, what is this one going to do? And then what is this one going to do? Talk it over to your neighbor. It must be the team. All right, let's see. Looks like Edwin's got this. Where is that going to move the entire thing? 4 to the right. 7 down. Hands if you agree with that. That is correct. So I'm going to start with this one. Look up. This one I'm going to go 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Once again, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this becomes my new G of X. Ooh-wee. Oh, yeah. Mr. Q, just bring Friday already. I know, right? All right, send me your picture, please, of what you did. Go to the next graph paper, small side. And it reads, example 2, write that down, please, on the top left. Graph the function f of x equals x cubed. Graph the function f of x equals, it should be just graph the function. Graph the function f of x equals x cubed. Graph the function. All right, so what shall I do, guys, when it says graph the function? Everyone? A table, that is correct. Ah! F of x. What values for x, Enrique? Thank you. All right. So, here we go. Let's substitute my first value of negative 2 in here, which means negative 2 to the what? Third power. All right. So, what is negative 2 times negative 2? Okay, let me repeat that again. What is negative 2 times negative 2? 4 times negative 2, negative 8. Write that in there, negative 8. Next one, negative 1. That means negative 1 to the third power. What is negative 1 times negative 1? 1 times negative 1, negative 1. 0 cubed is 1 cubed, 2 cubed. Ooh, Mario, let's go. Man. Let's graph that. Negative 2, negative 8. Oh. Negative 2, negative 8. Negative 1, negative 1. 0, 0. 1, 1. 2, 8. Going from left to right, look up. It's going to curve about right there. Oh, right there. And then it's going to curve a little bit to come up to that one. Arrows at the end. We're going to label that f of x. F of x. So we have our 5 points here. Negative 2, negative 8, negative 1, negative 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 8. I want you to write these. Part A is g of x equals f of x minus 4. Write the red one, g of x equals f of x plus 3. The blue one, g of x equals f of x minus 8 with negative 8 inside of the parentheses. And with gray or your pencil, g of x equals f of x plus 5 inside of the parentheses. So, do the transformation for all 4 of them. By now you should know what to do with those 5 points. If you need help, ask your neighbor. And if you need extra help, ask Mario. He's got this. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so once again, the green one went down, the red one went up. We said because those numbers are outside of x, or outside the parentheses. Negative 8 goes to the right, plus 5 goes to the left, because those are inside of the parentheses. We'll stop right there. See you guys next time. Bye.